Hello everyone! Welcome back for another episode of a talk show with Dasha. And today we're back with the writer, editor, and producer of How It Went Bad, currently one of my favorites. Welcome back, Dunja. How are you doing today?
Hey everyone, thank you for inviting me back for a second part. I'm so glad to be back here in the studio with you.
Of course. Now today I have to say you look great, and I'm sorry the audience can't see it. Wow!
Oh, thank you so much, and right back to you.
Now, today I have a few more questions for you, which I'm hoping won't be too complicated for you to answer. They're, of course, related to your new film, which I almost can't believe you did all by yourself.
Well, it took a lot of my time, energy, and effort to finish this project, and I am extremely proud of myself, although I know now, after it has come out, that there are things I wish I could have done better, but it helps me to learn and hopefully produce an even better film next time.
You should be proud. I mean, you did an amazing job all on your own. Are you ready for my questions?
I'm all ears.
How did your production skills develop throughout the making of your film?
Honestly, I had a lot of help, especially from the internet, learning how to use Adobe Premiere Pro and Sony Vegas to edit and Photoshop my film. I won't say it was easy because I took classes for editing in and out of school to be able to use these softwares and many more. To be true to you, I never knew how to edit anything since I've never had the need to. But now I can add texture to my film, change its saturation, add transitions in both video and audio in separate softwares. I believe my editing skills will improve and have improved majorly already. As an editor, I learned to overcome all the editing errors like jump cuts, continuity errors, and white balance. I've also improved my filming skills. I've learned how to use a professional camera, ring lights, and how to set up my scenes to make the perfect shot. Before starting my project, I did a detailed research for my product. I watched different movies, short films, and opening sequences on art of the title from a technical point of view to learn how to portray my character's feelings in the film opening. Angles are really important when it comes to determining the genre of a film, and I had to do my research and make sure that even through my setup, the audience is able to understand my film genre. Drama, of course.
It sounds like you really did your work, especially when it comes to being introduced to new softwares and ideology. And now that we're on that topic, I have to ask you, how did you integrate those technologies, softwares, hardwares, and online in your film?
Well, firstly, I gathered all my clips in one editing station, Sony Vegas, and assembled them according to my desired scene order. I then edited the first part with the help of my aunt, who is a programmer herself. She taught me how to use this software and how to make the most of my film. I used a Nikon professional camera for the title sequence, and for the rest of the film I used my phone, which is iPhone XR, and it has a really good camera, which is why I used to film it. Of course, I didn't have a very high budget for this film, so I had to use what I already had. Prior to the filming of my film, I've never used a professional camera before, which made it a bit harder for me, slightly more difficult to film, but of course my teacher taught me about that in school. It of course took me a long time to learn how to edit because of that. I had to learn how to use Sony Vegas first. It is a less difficult software for editing, and Premiere Pro was a bit more difficult to learn, especially because I had to learn most of it alone, although I did have my teacher helping me. Now, another problem I faced was using the camera. It was quite difficult at first for me to learn how to even turn the camera on, but with time I learned how to use it, how to zoom in, how to focus. After that I found it quite easy to use the camera. And the other part I filmed with my phone, which was pretty straightforward. It didn't take much time for me to film. It didn't take much time to learn how to use Sony Vegas because it is a quite simple software to use. Now, to promote my film, I uploaded my film to YouTube, and I, of course, added a restriction to it because my film is a 16 plus restricted film. Another way I promoted my film was through my blog, and there I wrote about all of my challenges when it came to filming, when it came to learning about filming at all. On my blog, I update every single month on how I'm doing, what I can improve about my learning, and there I also put in my researches, my references to the film, where I got my ideas, and my analysis of other films that I've watched to learn about how I'm gonna make my own film.
Wow, thank you so much for answering my questions. I'm so glad you agreed to do this podcast with me. Hopefully we will see you in some time with a new film possibly.
No, thank you so much for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to explain the ideology behind my film. I was so glad to be here today.
This is it for How It Went Bad, and I will see you guys next week with an interview with Liliana Venezia and her new film, The Perks of Being a Virgin. Same time, same place. Stay chill.